Hey everybody, welcome in to another episode of Talk More with your host. I'm Matt Morrison. Hope everybody's doing good today. So I'm gonna have a couple special guests in here about 12:15. I'm gonna have Badger head coach back on here, Josh Upshire, and then a little bit later, I'm gonna have star point guard Brad Hamilton popping in as well. Uh, Fitting that they are advancing to the district championship game. First time, I believe, since the 18-19 season. I'll verify that later. But I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But it's been a while since they've won it. I know for sure they haven't won it since 2002, a team that was led also by Josh Upshire on the court, not on the sideline. So it'd be fitting to the next one they win would be with him as the coach. But before we get to them, man, we had a wild wait, what? We got Anthony Hartwood commenting on here already. I'm surprised he didn't even pop in. He just comment 18-19. No, no, 18-19 season, Hartwig, not the year 18-19. Oh my goodness. The 2018-19 season. That's what I'm talking about. Not 18-19. Oh my goodness. There we go. He realizes it now. 18-19. Oh my goodness. Oh, Hartwig, always got to entertain people. But I'm glad he's watching now. But man, how about that win, South Range? I'm surprised he's not popping in here right now. Watch him pop in. I know he's going to. South Range last night. They in the final seconds of the game, I don't know how many seconds there were, one or two left. They got the tip. They missed the free throw, and then right off the bat, got the rebound and tipped it right back in to win the game over Brookfield, 45-44. What a wild game that was. I saw the ending on it. What a call by Noah Ricks as well. Hats off to him. If I would have saw it a little earlier before the show, I would have put the clip on here, but I saw it like 10 minutes before the show started. So didn't have enough time, but it is on our social media account on Instagram for sure. Go and check that out. What a finish that was. We had a lot of 1 point games last night as well. So including Cardinal Mooney advancing on a final free throw made by Ashton O'Brien to win the game 48-47, and then I mean just fantastic. And then of course Badger beat Matthews last night 54-37. We'll break that down a little bit before our coach and Brad come in. I mean, it was close all the way through, and Badger had 16 points in the fourth quarter. I believe they held Matthews to just 9 points, so their defense has really improved throughout this playoff run. I mean, they've had some problems on the season with their defense. They definitely showed up and showed out last night with the defense. And the one guy I keep talking about, man, Lewis Flowers, keeps stepping up. What a great play from him. He had a great game last night as well as, let's see, he finished with about 8 points, 8 points last night. So another stellar showing. And we just got to keep that up. 8 points from Flowers. We had another 6 from Gerasitano. Duncan Moy came in through with 20 points last night. And Cole Burnett had 15 points. He was all over, the rebound master, the magic man last night. He was going off. So hopefully you keep that up. That they're going to have a tall task ahead of them in the district championship game against the Cornerstone Christian Patriots, a team that defeated Maplewood 78-28. So it's going to be a difficult battle for them. But hey, these Braves are up for any task that comes their way. So we'll just have to wait and see. It should be a pretty good game. But yeah, Matthews only scored 9 points in that fourth quarter. That's what got him. But I mean, they kept up with him pretty much the whole way. So I mean, it was a pretty good run by this Mustangs team. And, it's very hard to beat a team 3 times. I called the first game at home where Badger just won by 1. So, you know, a lot of things were coming into this game like, hey, all right, they almost beat us the first time. We came back and got them good the second time. And, it's very hard to win in that shoebox, and to win the way they did in Matthews, I think was pretty good. And then, Grand Valley, a place like Grand Valley, it's really spaced out. So they they were a little bit more comfortable with their pass. And they had a couple wild passes to start the game, but they controlled that good. And, you know, I mean, the shots just weren't going by Matthews either to start. And, the fact that it was the score it was at halftime, I believe it was 20-16 at halftime or something like that, was astonishing, because a lot of the shots weren't going down by the Mustangs. And even with Badger, I mean, they had some quick threes to start, and then they tried to force a three a little bit, and then they figured out, to get it into Cole. They had amazing passes inside to Cole to get some good buckets. So hopefully we can see more from them. But these games last night, I mean, and guess what? It's officially March 1st. So the March Madness, we can officially say it's March Madness. We can get away with saying that. It's been madness this whole tournament, but now we can get away with calling it March Madness. So it's been an interesting, a very interesting tournament run for all these teams. And how about the Canfield girls last night? I want to talk about them real quick. Defeating the really top seeded Marlington team, who looked almost unstoppable. Canfield came in and, put a stop to them. And, I'm happy to see this Canfield team moving on. I like the way Matt Reel coaches this team. They got a good squad. And Marlington, I believe, only lost 2 games on the year. And I don't know if it was 2. I'll have to look later. But one of the two teams that they definitely lost to were Canfield and Salem throughout the year. So that's something to keep in mind as they were coming into this game. So I had a feeling Canfield was going to kind of get them again, but I knew it was going to be close. But that one was a pretty tough battle. But we should be getting coaching here pretty soon. So, I mean, I just wanted to go over those games and, see what happens moving on here. We're going to have some great district championship matchups on their way. Brookfield tried to hang on there. I was hoping they would get in, but South Range continues the run. I like to see what they can do. District championship coming up for them, and we'll just have to wait and see. But hey, everybody, stick around here. We're going to take a quick break. I know I'm 9 minutes in, but we're going to take a quick break, and hopefully Coach will pop in here real soon.
21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens.
Live here outside the Mahoney County.
On air, online.
Wednesday afternoon weather update.
Very dangerous.
And on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953.
As fine as the eye can see, the finest hardwoods from the finest trees. Made for your home and within your means, Baird Brothers will help fulfill your dreams. Let life and light come shining through in quiet morns. And heavy traffic, too. Find your easy-to-afford fine hardwood floors and doors and more at BairdBrothers.com.
Every customer has a story, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, we are committed to making sure it ends with you in the right vehicle. I get to be part of somebody's adventure, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their finances. They trust me to take care of them, and they trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Before the lights come on, before the workday begins, before a long day is ended, or it's time to have fun. It all starts with the people at Joe Dickey Electric. From replacing a light fixture in your home to building a substation for your business, no job is too big or too small. The people of Joe Dickey Electric power them all. Joe Dickey Electric, over 60 years of powering the Mahoning Valley.
Why choose local? Because you live here, work here, learn here, relax here, and celebrate here. 21 WFMJ is our Valley's only locally owned TV station, and our focus is local. Other TV stations don't have that same focus, as their owners are somewhere else. But 21 WFMJ is rooted in the Valley. Local people making decisions that affect your life, right here where you live.
You're looking to your future, preparing for your goals, and they're closer than you think. Because here, success is part of the plan. It's a place where academic and social opportunities are meant to prepare you for life, not just the next 4 years. You'll be equipped to face new challenges and turn hard work into a career. You're ready for your success to take root. And here's where it starts. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local, independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsurancesolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
Hey, buddy. Hey, everybody. We're back here, and I want to welcome in here Josh Upshire. Oh, he's coming. He's back. He's back. How we doing, Coach? How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Matt?
Pretty good. How about that game last night? I'm sitting there. Those first 2 quarters were a little rough. Those wild passes flying out of bounds. I'm like, oh God, what are they doing? Duncan was overthrown Brad, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm happy you guys settled that down. And, by that second half, you guys were completely in rhythm. Cole was unbelievable last night. How'd you get him just in gear? Because he's been on and off this whole season. Now just into playoffs, you got certain guys just locked in. Cole's one of them. And another one a lot of people can definitely agree with, Lewis Flowers. Unbelievable play, and it was working last night. Only 8 points. I mean, hey, every point counts and helps. But, I mean, his defense is just unbelievable. And, the way he's been playing, I feel a little bit more comfortable going into this tough matchup in the district championship against Cornerstone Christian with Flowers in there. Because I believe Flowers can really battle with just about anybody. Do you agree?
Yeah, we just had to settle down last night. We got ahead there 6-0. We tried to make spectacular passes instead of just making good passes. Yeah. We wanted to make the highlight pass. We just had to settle down. And as on the games with you during the district semifinals and district finals for the girls, it was all about just calming those nerves down. None of those guys have been in that position before, so. We just had to calm the nerves down and get settled in. And I know we made the 2 threes early, but I think we were trying to go a little too fast there. Once we got that 6-0 lead, we just had to calm down, and we did. We called the one time out there and calmed everybody down.
Yep.
And let them know that we were fine, and we just needed to execute a little bit better.
Yes, and you guys, after that timeout, I feel you guys really adjusted after that timeout. I'm like, oh, they got to call timeout here. And sure enough, you did. And when they came back in, they started, moving in and taking closer inside shots. Duncan came in, was taking nice little 15-footer shots, and he was hitting those a lot. I remember he came and hit 3 or 4 right in that free throw line area, and he was just going off in that area. So not a lot of deep shots in that second half. And, it worked, and you guys got cool going, and you guys got really good passes, and you were really using Duncan as a decoy, which has really worked out throughout this playoff run, because everybody when he has the ball, is going to go right to him. And when you got Cole sitting there wide open, it's so easy just to dip it off to him. And, as well as Brad. I feel like, and we'll have him on later to talk about it. Brad didn't have any points last night, but his presence on the court was just amazing. Like, he's just dishing it out to the main guys. And, sometimes it's not all about scoring, it's about getting to the guys who are going to score. And, Brad's been doing that. Brad's been doing a good job at that. Defense as well. He has stepped up. And I really feel like Lewis Flowers has been, like Brad's been bleeding off onto Lewis. I feel like he's been, I feel like Brad has had a big impact on Lewis this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Brad could see in anybody. I mean, like I saw one of the interviews Duncan did last night. We're a team who when we have 5 guys, 6 guys, 7 guys who can score the ball at any point. It doesn't necessarily have to be Duncan. Obviously, he tends to lead us in scoring quite a bit, but I mean, there are games where Preston scores 15, or Cole 15, or Lewis 15. I think Lewis had 15 one of the first tournament games.
Yes, he did.
So anybody at any point could score. I mean, Brad had 38 one game. So I mean, we have the pieces who could score, and then we can't leave out a kid like Bryce Gross, who has been phenomenal. I had that talk with him early in the season that he does all the little dirty things for us. He rebounds the basketball, usually defends one of the team's best players. He doesn't score all the time, but he accepts his role and he does it well. Like I said, he's a player that doesn't get a lot of mention because he doesn't score the basketball, but he's a key piece in what we do. And it was cool on the news last night to see their piece and see that they talked about our 3 freshmen, because those are going to be cornerstones for what we do in the future. Those 3 kids can flat out play basketball.
Yes.
Tyler McWilliams, obviously everybody knows he's a magic shooter, but his skill set's probably one of the top 3 or 4 on the basketball team. So he's going to be good. Preston's good. Lewis, as we keep talking about, he's everywhere. He's our Hannah on our team.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. He's our Hannah. He's your guys' Hannah Betts.
Yep.
Literally. And I've been pushing the issue all year long about these 3 freshmen. So I'm glad that somebody else is recognizing that. I feel like I have a big part in that. I don't like to take credit, but all year long I've been talking about Preston and Lewis, and then when Tyler has been coming in and playing, I've been like, oh my God, this Tyler McWilliams kid. And I know that his aunt and uncle in Iowa have been watching as well. So, and I've gotten comments from them through other sources that like, hey, we like him calling and he talking about Tyler and stuff like that. So it's nice to really talk about those young kids who are really going to be a big part of this team next year, because you got Brad leaving, you got Cole leaving.
Yeah.
So, I mean, next year they're going to be even more better. Lewis it's going to be insane.
I mean, it's incredible that we've had 3 freshmen play significant minutes for us.
Yeah.
Coach Moy and I were talking on the way home last night that there are points in the basketball game, and you could see it on the floor where we have 3 freshmen and then Duncan and usually Bryce or somebody like that.
Yeah.
So, these are key minutes these kids are getting. It's not just, end of game minutes that they're getting just thrown in there because we're up by a lot. These are significant minutes that they're getting. They're contributing for us, which is good to see.
Yes, most definitely. And I've been talking about Bryce Gross too. Not a lot of people recognize Bryce Gross, but I definitely do. I've interviewed him, I believe, at least one time.
Yep.
And he's definitely the 6th man. 6th man of the year. He's got to be up there.
Oh, yeah.
He had a 6th man of the year. He's definitely up there. He comes off the bench and, he, like you said, does all the little dirty things. Comes in, wrestles the ball from defenders, doesn't care how big they are. He was wrestling with the kid from PV who was at least 6'6",
Yep.
So he doesn't care. He's like Gabriella Miller, honestly.
Yeah.
Or even his sister Mackenzie. They have that same mentality going onto the court. They don't care who they're going against. They're ready to, take it to the court. They're ready to storm it. As soon as he comes off the bench, boom, boom, boom. He's everywhere. So
Right, and
hopefully he keeps that up.
he has a decent jump shot too. I
Yeah,
mean, he's
and he
made
can
some
hit
free
that
throws
corner
this year.
three sometimes too.
Yep.
If he's wide open, he'll take it. He hit
Yeah.
one in one of those playoff games.
Yep.
It might have been the first or second one where he hit that corner three. And but let's talk about this. So in that first playoff game against Fairport, they had 21 offensive rebounds. Okay.
Yeah.
And then moving into that next game against Springfield, they only had 4 offensive rebounds. Am I right?
Yeah.
So Springfield is a significantly better team, and you guys really came in and didn't allow them to rebound a lot on the offensive side. I don't think Matthews got a lot last night either. I don't
Didn't
know.
feel like it. I don't have the stats right now, but it didn't feel like they had a lot of
No.
offensive rebounds last night.
No,
I mean,
maybe
when you have Cole going for 12 and then Duncan going for 18, there's not a lot of opportunities for other guys to get them. So
no. So, and at times Duncan came flying in and grabbing that rebound.
Yeah.
Bryce was in there too, and even Brad came in a couple of times. So
yeah, that was Duncan. That was Duncan's third or fourth game, I think, with 20 points, 18 rebounds, 20 plus points, and 18 plus
18 plus rebounds.
Yeah.
Unbelievable performance. I gotta start looking at that stat side too.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I mean, but let's talk about this game. You know how good Cornerstone is. They got the kid averaging 30 a game, and they were sitting right next to me last night. I was talking to him last night. Good group of guys.
Yeah.
They're really, the one guy, I believe the coach's dad, who was sitting right next to me, listening to the game, and he was talking to me and stuff like that. So great group of guys.
Hopefully you weren't giving them any tips, Matt.
No, God, no. I'm gonna. God, no. He was talking to me. He's like, that Duncan kid's good. And I'm like, yeah. I was like, one word answers. Like, I ain't giving him anything. I had my headset on. I heard them whispering over to the side. I'm like, oh, what are they? What are they talking about? I was like, what are you guys talking about? But that's gonna happen. It's none of my business. But I mean, a good group of people over there. Really nice, down to earth type of people. The one guy's been coached. He said coaching 50 years.
Yeah.
So
that'd be coach's dad. Yep.
Yeah, the coach's dad. So he was talking to me. Actually, Coach Jared Calhoun, the YSU men's basketball coach.
St. Joe's, yep.
Yeah. So found that pretty cool. I'm like, hey, all right, and so that's he's probably coached hundreds of people that have made it somewhere.
Yep.
So the impact that they have done, and now that his son is making it, and even the coach's son, that kid is just unbelievable.
He's good.
That's definitely going to be the main task. And they got the tall kid down below too, Vaden, right? His last name's Vaden.
I'm not sure the big kid. I know they have another 6'7" DJ Niles.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. Not pretty good. He's really good.
Yeah.
I've watched 3 or 4 films on them since last night.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's my life right now, Matt. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I got 3 or 4 films I've watched of them. It's just you can't just take one guy away. You hope to just slow him down a little bit. And Quinn Kwasniak. You hope to slow him down because he's good. He could fill it up. He'll shoot it from the volleyball line if you allow him. But if you double off of him, he'll find other guys wide open.
Find other guys.
Yeah, they'll knock it down. So and they're 6'10", 6'7" underneath. So like I said last night, we got to focus on, today we're going to focus on making sure that we're limiting one shot, checking out and getting it. Because if they get multiple opportunities at it, that's not going to be good for us.
Yeah. So continue what you guys been doing with the offensive rebounds, no second chances.
Yeah.
But Cole's gonna have to go to battle, and I'm sure he knows that he's gonna have to go to battle. Duncan too, obviously, because every team, I've been seeing it, and he knows it's coming. Every team is looking at him. Every team's gonna battle him.
Yep.
Matthews tried to double team him last night. And he just found ways to dip it off, or at times he would go right through the defender. So, he knows it's coming.
I'm excited to see the matchup between Quinn and Duncan. I hope at some point they're able to guard each other and put a show on for people, because I honestly think it could be something special. They're both 2 really talented kids. Who can fill it up. Their IQ is above average for high school basketball players. And it could be a fun matchup if they ever do guard each other.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, and I know our community's excited, the school's excited, our
Yeah.
players are excited. We're gonna play that underdog role.
Yeah.
They're the 3 seed. They've had a phenomenal season. We've also had a phenomenal season. So
Yes. Yes.
We're gonna go in and play the underdog role, and hopefully we play it well and knock some shots down and see where we are come the fourth quarter. Hopefully we're right in it still.
And I feel like you guys work better in that underdog role, and we've seen it before. Definitely in the St. Thomas game earlier in the season. Like a lot of people saw us in that underdog role because they beat us in the tournament last year, and you guys came in and you battled with it. And and if you guys play as good as you did in that game, I feel like you could keep right up with Cornerstone, because I feel Cornerstone's kind of sort of on that level of St. Thomas. St. Thomas is good. Cornerstone's probably just a little better than them, but I mean, it's close, I feel. So you just got to keep up with them, just find certain ways, like you said, just cancel them out. If you double team one guy, they're going to get it to another guy. So you just got to go right in and, look out for every guy, You just got to be prepared. I've been saying it all tournament. Anybody can win, doesn't matter who's going up against who. Good example I've been using, I saw the other night that the Dalton girls basketball team came in and defeated the Richmond Heights girls basketball team. And Dalton was a team that was 9-14 on the year. So anybody can lose at any given day.
All it takes is, at this time of the year, all it takes is one night. That's what we keep saying.
Yeah.
It just takes one night. If we come in with a good game plan, which I think we will, my coaching staff's unbelievable. I'm sure they've watched a lot of the film that I've sent to them. So, all it takes is one night and we have a good game plan and carry it out. Our kids have done a phenomenal job with that the last 3 or 4 games, staying with the game plan and doing what we had to do. So we'll keep it going. Like I said, we'll try the best we can and go out there with a good game plan, and hopefully it's good enough.
Now, I feel like the nerves have been kicking in a little bit, but, once you guys get going that, first quarter or so, you guys are fine. You guys are usually fine. You're kicking good. But obviously, you're probably going to have to kick it in a little sooner here. Do you think you can get your guys ready? Like, hey, this isn't like any other team we've been playing. They might kick it in sooner than we do if we fall off those first couple minutes. So what are you going to do just to be like, hey, as soon as that tip off is, on your way, just go.
I think it's important for me just to let them know this is a game they've played since they were in 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th grade.
Yep.
The only difference between tomorrow or between Friday and any other game that they played is that it's a district championship game. But at the end of the day, it's still a game. There's going to be a winner and a loser. We just have to go out and play basketball. If we do that and give it our best shot, then as I said, we'll compete with whoever we want to compete with.
Yep. And either way, whatever happens, and I was saying it last night, whatever happens in the game last night, I was going to have you guys on, and we'll probably do it again here, whether win or loss. I'll probably have you on again because it's been a storybook year for this Badger team. I've been all about Badger too. I've been following you guys this whole way. It's been an honor to do that. And, I've been doing it the past couple of years. And, when YSN announced that they signed Badger, I'm like, oh my God, like it's about time. I wanted this to happen sooner, but I'm glad they did it when they did, because I knew you guys were heating up, and, we joined right at that right time. Last year, you guys were in that underdog role more than ever. And, you guys made a nice little run last year, too, in the district semis, even just to get there as a 9 seed. Upset a couple teams in that first round, and, look where you guys were. So, and then this year, I remember during baseball season, you were pulling up, hey, we got Duncan. And, at that point, everybody was excited. Everybody knew it was going to be a much better year. And you were talking about the 8th graders coming up. Those 8th graders now are the 3 freshmen we've been talking about. And how about the 8th graders we're talking about this year? You got more grade 8th graders coming up. It's just good. So
we have another crew coming next year that has a chance to do the same things these 3 did. We have a big guy and a good shooter. a good slasher. So yeah, we have more coming. Well's not dry. Well's not dry.
Yep, that's true. That's true. The well's
Here's
not dry
the
yet.
stat for you, Matt. I was looking it up as you were talking there.
Yep.
The last time that Badger had boys and girls 21 seasons was 1980-81. So we both had 20 wins this year. So
wow.
It's been since 1980-81 that both teams won 20 games in the same season.
Wow.
So
how about the last time that both teams were in the district championship game?
So I know we were 2000, 2001.
And that's the last time you won it. I was talking about that.
Yeah.
You were on that team that you guys won. So here we are. What, 23?
Yeah. Yep.
How many years later?
So we were in there 18-19. We were in it.
That's 21 years later. Last year was 20 years, and so this is 21 years ago.
Yeah.
So
yep. So it's been special. Boys and girls this year has been special. The community has been great for us to be able to come to games and support us. Both boys and girls teams has been unbelievable. It's been special for our kids. And like I said before, these kids deserve it. I mean, these kids have worked their butts off since May or June. We've been in the gym getting better. And we knew with Duncan in here, we knew what a team we could have. Our expectations were to win the league. We weren't able to accomplish that. But then we wanted to make sure that, we had the chance for a district championship, and we're right there. As I told the coaches last night, and this is no disrespect to any team in our league, but for us to be the last team in our league to play is a big accomplishment for us. We missed out on we missed out on winning the NAC ourselves. We lost some games we probably shouldn't have lost. In the league, but at the end of the day, we're the last ones playing in the tournament. That means, to me, that's just as special or more special than winning a league. Obviously, you want to win a league, but to be the last one playing in your league is a big statement for our kids.
Yes, it definitely is. I definitely agree with you. Now, covering this team all year, I can speak for other guys too. Guys like Noah Rickstedt has been covering Howland all year. Alec Caberna, who's been doing Liberty all year. And, even Anthony Hartwig, who's been doing South Range all year. And I know Dom O'Brien's been covering JFK all year. So, when you're covering a team all year, you push harder and harder for them to do better. And, you guys, you feel it when they lose, and when they win, you're just as excited as they are, especially if you went to that school that you're covering. And, with me, that's it. So it feels good to kind of, I didn't play in high school, so it feels good to, live that again by broadcasting you guys. It's amazing, the girls and the boys, and I've connected with everybody. Last night, when the girls lost, all the coaches coming up, giving hugs and to me and stuff like, hey, thanks all year. We appreciate you. I'm getting shirts from you guys. I really feel a part of this, Badger community. And I feel like I'm bringing Badger into the YSN community even more. I'm pushing it more. And hey, if you want to stick on here, we got Brad in here right now. Brad, what's up?
Shoot, what's up?
What's up, man? How we doing today? Rocking the glasses. What are you doing?
Yeah, you got the blue light glasses on for schoolwork.
All right. So let's talk about this. I've had your coach on here a half hour or so. We're gonna keep him on here. So no fighting or anything. All right, be nice. So Brad, that game last night. I mean, the scoring wise, I mean, it happens. But the defensive side, you were there, and you were really dishing out to a lot of your players, I noticed, and you really accepted that role where, like, hey, I'm just going to try and feed that ball and to whoever wants it or whoever deserves it. And what's that been like, in that role where you just been, doing whatever it takes to win, honestly?
Yeah, for me being a senior and a leader, I figured early on in the game what my role was going to be, and I figured out very quickly that it might not be my night scoring, but I do what I have to do to be able to win this basketball game. And if that's, sitting down on the defensive end and, pass to my teammates, then that's what it's got to be to win.
Yes, and what I was talking to your coach here, I really feel like you have had a major impact on all the freshman players, in specific Lewis Flowers. Literally, he looks like another version of you, and coach is nodding his head over there. We're talking about that. He's been coming in, pretty much playing just the way you are. Like, it's basically like there's two of you out there playing. His defensive skills are great. And, he's been getting some good steals. I know you have the record in steals. So what's that been like, just kind of guiding him all year long? And, are you satisfied the way he's turned out even?
At the beginning of the season, I was told from the coaches that like Lewis is my guy that I have to mentor. And it's been great seeing him, thrive on the varsity level of being a freshman.
Yes, most definitely. And, coming into this big game against Cornerstone, I feel like, you and Lewis, like, I feel more comfortable, like, with the way you guys are now than, say, earlier in the year. Like, the way you guys are really glued together, like, the bond is there, and it's really shown on the court, too. And I feel like Duncan has another good bond with some players as well. Do you really feel like that kind of gives you guys an advantage, too, Coach, you can add in as well? Do you really feel like you guys feel more comfortable with that?
Yeah, I think that with the way that we, the way we've interacted, some of the team bonding events that we do, we went bowling, we went to YSU, those things help. They get to learn more about each other, learn about the coaches. I feel like it's good experience for our kids to be able to see us in a different light, and for us to see the kids in a different light. They don't always see me as the mean basketball coach. I care for each one of these kids, and I tell them as if they're one of my own son. It's for them to see me in a different light. I think is good for them to have that trust and respect for me that I do for them.
Yes, Brad.
I think a lot of people outside of the school and the basketball program don't understand. Like, we don't just go to practice and have to go to these team bonding events. Like, we're always together. Our team is always together on and off the court, and a lot of people don't realize that our bond is so strong, and we really do love each other.
Yes, most definitely. And I've been on the bus with you guys, and I've been there when you guys have won really good games, and I've been there when you guys I've dropped a couple tough games as well. And it's all right there. You guys keep your heads up high. There's no like, oh, you could have done this and we would have won. It's all like, hey, moving on. What we got to do next? It's always positive for you guys, and that's been a huge impact on this year, I truly believe, and it's made you guys a better team from what you were last year. So, in last year was a great run as well. No disrespect on that, but this year, I really feel like
if anybody's ever, and you've made a great point, Matt. If anybody's ever watched our team, especially this year, when we make mistakes, it's not yelling at each other. It's one of my captains, Brad or Duncan, explaining to kids, "Hey, this is what we need to do." Like, for instance, you saw, I think it was Bryce last night, stop, and Duncan thought he was going to continue to the rim for a layup, and Duncan didn't scream at him. He just pointed like, "Hey, if you keep going, that's going to be a layup." And I think that's what makes this group so special, is that they treat each other with respect, and they don't disrespect them by yelling at them and things like that. So, that's what makes a group like this special, is that we treat each other with that respect.
Yeah. I always feel like it's an extra boost that, like, hey, if somebody's down, like, you always had somebody to back them up and encourage them, like, hey, forget about that shot, forget about that, that turnover, and let's go, let's keep it up. I've seen plays like that all the time, even plays last night where Coles missed layups, and he just keeps battling. Duncan keeps feeding him too, and you see that trust. He's missed a couple last night, and Duncan kept on feeding him. If he was open, Duncan was going to get the ball to him, or even you, Brad. And that really shows the trust. Like, oh, we're not going to give it to him, he can't score. You guys still give it to him. So that trust is definitely there. If he's open, you're going to get it to him. And after those first couple tough ones, even Preston too had a couple tough ones too, and you still got it to him for attempts. So the trust is there. But for both of you, what's it like going into this district game? Brad, this is more of a question for you because Coach answered it a little bit before, but going into this game against a team like Cornerstone, what do you got to do just to keep your guys under control? I know Coach is going to be there, but you're actually going to be in the game with these guys. So what's it going to be like in the game, for you guys just to get going right as soon as that tip goes off?
Yeah, I know. I think we're gonna have a great game plan going into the game. So I think our guys, we just need to settle down a little bit more than we started out Tuesday. We were kind of jumpy, and you could definitely tell that everyone was tense the first quarter of that game. So if we just settle in right away and I think we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Yes, I've noticed the past couple games where you guys took maybe a quarter or so to settle in. This game might be a little different than that. Cornerstone's going to come in, and you just got to expect that they're going to, be firing away right off the tip. So it's a game where you guys just got to click right into it,
And from my end, Matt, I was more anxious / nervous, stressed out about last night's game. I honestly feel very calm about going into Friday.
Yes.
And it's not that Cornerstone's not any good. I just don't feel that pressure that we did in 18-19. We were the 1 seed against Bristol, and I felt that pressure that, hey, this is a game we had to win. And we didn't win it. I don't feel that pressure right now. I feel good going into this game.
Good.
I feel like we're gonna have a great game plan, as Brad said, and be ready for them. We're gonna play like we have nothing to lose because we don't. At the end of the day, obviously we want to win, but going in, they're the 3 seed, we're the 6 seed, and we're gonna go out and play calm.
There's more into a game than winning, and you guys have really shown that this whole year. There's more into when you guys win, like it's just like, oh yeah, it's just not like another tally on the board. It's like, hey, what we improved more, or we won, but what do we need to improve? Like I've seen that entirely. Like we won, but what does Duncan have to do? What does Cole have to do? What does Brad have to do to win better next time? And that has greatly improved you guys. I really feel like it's pumped up the momentum too. And going into this game, I really feel like it's a clean, fresh slate for you guys because look, that first round you played Fairport twice, and that was the third time you were playing them. And then, of course, Springfield, you didn't play them. But, I mean, Matthews was the third time playing them. And, I've been all year long, all week long, I'm like, hey, it's hard to beat a team 3 times. It doesn't matter who it is. It's hard to do that. And interviewing Cole last night, he really accepted that, like, hey, it's hard. And, we just put that behind like, yeah, we beat them twice, but we need to beat them again. So you guys don't go in saying, yeah, we beat them twice. We're going to get this one too. You're like, no. It's a different game, and you guys went right to work. You guys don't take anything lightly. So I really feel like that's a huge advantage for you guys continuing. No matter who you play, no matter what else happens, I always feel like you guys are the winners no matter what in every game. Just the way you are, just the way your mindsets are.
Yeah. And for us, I started a thing this year. Our seniors are doing currently. Is they're writing me a letter about what their legacy was they wanted to leave when they're done here. And I don't know if it's me getting old or what it is, but it's important to me to know what their legacy is for our program. What do they want the younger kids to know for them, graduating and moving on. So that those things are more important to me than wins and losses because some of these guys may not know what legacy they want to leave when they're done here, and they may not know for years to come what their legacy was when they left here. But these kids have to realize that, and it's the same as 18-19, how they brought a community together to love basketball again. This is a community that thrives when basketball is good here. We've had a packed house pretty much every game this year.
Last night was
home and away. And we were at Fairport last year, I remember, and we had to stream the game ourselves. Now we have YSN stream the game for us, and they only have one side of bleachers, but it was completely filled.
Yeah.
I mean, it's our fans are traveling with us. This is all because of what our kids have done, how they've worked, how they've brought a community together. These things are more important to me than what our record is at the end of the year.
And I feel like these YSN, me and YSN, I really feel like we brought more fans to you guys.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I've been really pushing that issue all year long. Badger this, Badger that. I've been to everybody I see. Matt, who do you think is one of the best players or whatever? I'm always saying Duncan, or I'm saying Cole, or mentioning all you guys. So I mean, we're getting a lot of, we're getting people in Iowa watching you guys. I got a message the other night from our tech guy of, they're originally from here and they're related to Tyler McWilliams, but I mean, people in Iowa are watching the small town Kinsman team. So that's just something. So, I mean, just imagine, people in Iowa are watching. Where else are they watching? I've had my family members, one of my family members lives in Hawaii and he's watched YSN. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, we're spanning across the world. So a lot more people are getting to know that Badger name and especially the YSN name too, with the other teams as well. But Brad, you were talking about legacy. I'm going to move this to Brad. What going into every game, it's obviously you got to be in your mind like, hey, this could be the last game that I play in high school. I don't know what you decide to do for college, but this could be the last game I ever play. What has that been like, and what legacy would you like to leave?
Yeah, this is something that me and Cole have talked a lot about the past 3 or 4 weeks, that every play could be the last one we play.
Yeah.
And a very emotional feeling. Every single tournament game we've gone into has been extremely emotional for the both of us. I mean, we win the game and we're, it's crazy. It's like, it's definitely an emotional roller coaster the past 3 or 4 weeks, having 3 pretty close games in the fourth quarter. And but yeah, the legacy that I want to leave behind, I don't even want to be remembered as being a good basketball player. I want to be remembered as the ball boys thinking about me in 5 or 6 years being the nice guy, and I want the coaches to remember me as being that leader, and I want to do more for the community than I have for the basketball program.
Yes, and you definitely have, Brad. I watched you the past 2 years, and I've heard about you for even longer than that. I know even my dad has talked about you. I know my dad talks to you too, and it's been fun watching you the past 2 years. But I just gotta ask this: which dog is this in the background here?
Yeah, I don't know what her problem is. This is my dog Pepsi. She
Pepsi. I remember that dog when she was a puppy. I was wondering, is that Pepsi still? Man, I was wondering if she was still hanging around.
Yeah, she's still kicking over here. I don't know what her problem is.
Oh man, I remember that dog when she was a puppy. So when Bill would have her around, she was a small dog. When you guys lived right down the street from me, so I remember that dog very well. And I was just wondering if that was Pepsi or not. But I want to thank you guys coming on here. We're going to wrap this up. Hey, I'll be there with you this Friday. It should be a good game. It's going to be hyped up, I truly believe. So I'm going to be there with you, and good luck to you, Brad, and to you, Coach. So we'll see you later. All right.
Thanks for having us, Matt.
Yep, absolutely, guys.
See you.
All right. But I want to thank Coach Upshire and Brad Hamilton coming on here. It's just been a dream talking and bonding with these guys all the past 2 years, really. And, it's just been a dream in total to be calling this Badger team all year long. They will be in the district championship game this Friday against the Cornerstone Christian Patriots. It should be one heck of a game. I'll be on that call. And please tune into that. I mean, it's gonna be something. So, but we're gonna wrap this up here. I'll see everybody this Wednesday. We'll be back here with another episode of Talk More with Matt Morrison. And hey, be sure to tune in to Running Point coming on here next with Anthony Hartwig, and if Power Hours on later, tune into that too with DJ Yoakley. So, but we'll see you all later, everybody, and have a good day.